Okay. So basically, there's been rumors of a coup d'etat, attempted coup d'etat, and the government of President Bola Tinubu is feeling very jittery and insecure. And because of that, he has basically fired all his service chiefs and reappointed people he feels he trusts. These are more is what we're going to be discussing. Whether the decision to sack these people is the real way to go, or there are underlying issues that need to be dealt with. With me this evening is Mustafa and Warifa. You are welcome to another political show.
Welcome. To me,
Thank
we know
you.
Nigeria has a history of coups, and most of these coups are bloodless. I think they had one coup when
Mhm.
that guy from Delta tried to overtake the country, and a few people were killed. But that's because he said all the Northerners must leave Nigeria,
Mhm.
everybody. Idiagbona, was that what his name? I can't remember his name. But we know that something's going on for him to get rid of all these guys. And to me, you know what? Whose fault is it? It's Tinubu's fault. If there's a rumor of coups, it's that every is that people in the military. Can you imagine the military is looking like a big disgrace in Nigeria? They're going toe to toe
Yeah.
with Al
Politicians.
Qaeda and all these small
Okay,
people
okay.
in war battle with Al Qaeda for 5 hours, and people within the military selling weapons to terrorists. Tinubu is not putting Nigeria first. You're looking at other countries like in the Sahel, they're doing well, controlling their resources. Nigeria is plummeting. So I'm not saying that we should have a coup, but if there's a chance of a coup in Nigeria, it's not because military people are greedy. It's because uh, some powers that be are tired of what's going on in Nigeria, and maybe he's been hearing some rumors, or maybe he's just paranoid. Maybe nobody's out to get him, but he just doesn't trust anybody because he knows the dirty things he's doing. What do you think? We'll start off with Mr. Afolabi first, then go to Mr. Warif. What do you think?
I think this is just papering over the cracks. Why the reshuffle may not fully solve loyalty or the threat of coups. I don't think this is a solution really, because if you change leaders, it's a systemic
Sorry, but
problem.
do you think he learned something that there was a threat?
Oh yeah, there was a
Yeah.
threat, absolutely. Absolutely,
Yeah.
there was a threat because even within Tinubu's cabinet and within his inner circle, there's a lot of disloyalty, and not everybody can be trusted. So I feel that the leaders he has changed doesn't necessarily change the institution itself. There are
Yeah.
deep-seated military culture and internal grievances, and these things have not been addressed. And also, there are ethnic and political loyalties that remain entrenched in the military as well as the political space. And also, if you look at most of these rank and file soldiers and officers, the welfare is poor, the morale is low, unpaid allowances, delayed promotions, poor logistics. A lot of this will add up to fuel animosity against the government of the day. And then civil military trust is running thin. So I feel that without broader defense sector reforms like transparency, discipline, ability to trust the government, even the military don't trust their government, and they feel that some
Yeah.
few selected officers are being favored over some other ones based on ethnic and political interest. So there's a lot
Yeah.
of issues here. It's not just about coup threat. I feel that the political space is not tackling the real core issues.
Yeah, and that's because you look at what Tinubu's done, and Tinubu, and not just Tinubu, the other guy, is it
Buhari.
Weekend, Weekend, these guys. Yeah, I mean, but
Maria
I'm talking
Wike,
about
yeah.
the fact that there's not the federal government is out of control in which states you're undermining the state of River State is not even able to determine its own thing. And you have to remember, people in the military are from these parts of the country and stuff. And we're looking at what happened, and there's so much chaos that maybe some people in the military are like, "Hey, we need to change this," or maybe Tinubu says, "I need to make sure I have more people that are loyal to me around me, so I can continue doing the rubbish that I want to do." That's all I can say. What do you think? What were you going to say, Mister Warif? What's your own angle on all of this? Yeah.
Okay. Before this time, before the change of this chief, when I saw the attempted coup, I said, "Wow, that means the president and his cabinet they need to sit up. They need to look into the security system again." So when I saw it in the
You're breaking.
cybersecurity
Sorry, you're
department.
breaking. You might have to re-angle. You're breaking a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Let me.
Okay,
All right.
I'll come back to you in a second. Afolabi, are there any rumors that there was actually going to be a coup or anything? Yeah.
Of course, there were because government Bola Tinubu's leadership has not been taken well by the Northerners. The Northerners feel there's a bit of bias in selection of ministers, and the thing
Okay.
is skewed politically and ethnically to favor the West. So they feel that the people that are carrying out this coup or this coup threat are majorly high-ranking Northern officers.
Do they have proof, or is it just like they're saying that has somebody come out to officially say
They
that
said there
they're
are proofs, but it's not been made public. It's not been made
okay? So
public.
yeah, okay. Let's go back to Mr. Warif. So Warif, what are your thoughts?
No, he's off. I think he'll rejoin us. So, like I was saying, I
Yeah.
feel that Tinubu feels threatened. He feels that a lot of his loyalists in the top brass of the military are not being professional enough to give him intel on most of these things. But the real issues are the economy, poor welfare in the force, soldiers the boots on the ground, the rank and file soldiers are not being treated well. They're just selectively taking some of their leaders and their generals and they're giving them political money to manipulate
And,
them.
and it's also like Kunle said before, there are rumors that there are even bases in Nigeria where they drop weapons and stuff to give to terrorists. How
Obviously,
can how can
obviously.
how can a military base be used for that? Just for that reason, there should be a coup
Yeah,
because that undermines Nigeria's it undermines Nigeria's sovereignty. And
yeah.
Tinubu, if those stories are true, he should have acted on that by now. What are your thoughts?
And some of this insurgency too, some of the top military officers are being fingered as giving weapons to Boko Haram and some of this
Yes.
insurgency.
So so we're about to get back to Mr. Wari, but remember that the guys from Sahel countries say they have a list of Nigerian politicians
Sure,
and people
sure,
who are involved.
sure,
And it's
absolutely.
funny that this is happening now. Tinubu better get his act right. And trust me, even Russia and China may even be behind this thing. You
Sure,
understand? So
absolutely.
what are your thoughts,
Very
Mr.
possible.
Wari? Yeah. What are your thoughts, Mr. Wari?
Okay. How is my audio now?
It's better, it's
Sounds good.
better.
Okay. Like as I was saying, at first they said the federal government denied that there was the coup attempt was not true. This, that. Even the political party came up, ATC, and said if there was anything like that, why not come up, clear the airwave and things like that. Let Nigerians know what's really happening. So now for Tinubu the president to have sacked the service chief, that means there is something that he, like Mr. Afolabi said, he does not trust these guys. So changing the service chiefs will not even solve the issue. The problem is that do the right thing. Because if you change these service chiefs and you are not doing them well, you don't treat the military well, the security is a threat. These guys, they are human beings. They are not robots that you can program them and they will be loyal to you. They are human beings. At any time, they can just change their mind. So I think if the federal government, that's the president and his cabinet, they need to sit down and think why is the coup threat or whatever. Because if you don't treat them well, these are the people that lays down their life. If you go to the barracks, the police barracks, army barracks, air force base, naval, you see so many widows, and sometimes they kick them out without proper welfare. Now these guys, they begin to think about these things. When you create that chance for them, that's when they'll be cool. But when you do the right thing, you do what you're supposed to do. Your welfare is proper taken care of. You do the you see, they will be the ones that will be protecting you. But when you create the avenue for them to begin to reason, to go back and think, like the Governor Zulu was saying, and this I saw it in the news, that Boko Haram, they started using drones. So federal government should learn to think ahead of these people. How can Boko Haram be using drone when Nigerian military will be using gun on land? It's not proper.
And here's the thing: the government knows the cause, but they're greedy. Tinubu knows why this can happen.
Yes, now
But the
because
question
they're
is,
culpable. They're culpable.
and this is why it's not
Yeah.
good to. I hate to say this is why it's not good to have a president that the CIA has drug information, because even if he wants to do the right thing now, they will come after him. Which is why they always say,
Yeah.
"Don't make a deal with the devil." Saddam Hussein used to be friends with America. When they went, now that they want to kill him, they say, "Oh, you were friends with us. Now we go." So this is a lesson to everybody. When you're coming up, don't do deals with America, because now even if Tinubu wants to do the right thing, maybe America is calling him and say, "You have to continue doing what you're doing, even if it means you have to die."
Yeah.
And There's a statement that someone made. They said it's dangerous to be a friend of America. No, it's dangerous to be an enemy of America. It's fatal to be a friend. You get it? I would rather be America's enemy than their friend. Because when you're their friend, they'll say, yes, now we know what you did with us.
They
now
want to use you. Yeah.
Sure.
It's better to be their enemy because if you're their enemy, they can't use you. You see what I'm
They
saying?
can't use you.
All right, so
Yeah.
we're about to head out. Very good show. Last thoughts, Mr. Warif, then we'll go to Mr. Afolabi. Yeah.
So my advice is this. I think they need to do the right thing, look into proper security and the economy, proper welfare, because not changing these service chiefs, how long will you be changing them without doing the right thing? If you do the right thing, these guys want to die for you,
And
just
also,
like when
Mr.
you had
Warif,
your...
even if you change them, even if you change the service chiefs, you're not changing the underlying people who've already built up the movement for the coup.
Yeah.
You start at the top. Once soldiers agree that they're going to come together, even if you put a chief there, they'll find another person to direct them. Sorry, go ahead.
Of course. So what I'm trying to say is this: is just, for example, your security personnel, your personal house now, your driver, after God, your life is in their hands. So if you don't take good care of them, they can easily do anything to you. So I think the president needs to take not just those people that works with him, but the military, the Nigerian police force in general, the citizens, do the right thing, and you can sleep well. Do not be afraid of.
That's the main thing. So everybody out there, if you have a driver, pay your driver 300,000 every month, or they will call. You pay your driver. You don't pay your driver. You don't pay your driver for 6 months. I don't have money. Shut up. You just gotta call people to kidnap you.
Take you to the middle of the highway and don't put there. Give you your key and leave you alone. Drive yourself.
All right. Very good show. So I thought I'd take us out with any last thoughts, and we're out.
Yeah, I think the standard of living has to be raised. Government has to be trusted, and it appears the government is not legitimate. People have to trust their government, and there's a lot of infighting in the ruling power as well. And it's on this note that we round up a very good political show. We've been discussing President Tinubu and his sacking of service chiefs from Mustafa and Warif and myself. We'll be back again.
Okay, I feel like we turn it off. I want to ask